Hey guys, Green here again with the continuation of the first Protoss indicator slash proxy pylon video. I want to try to keep my videos as small as possible as to not overwhelm anybody and kind of make everything as comprehensive as possible. I'm taking the advice that somebody gave me and I kind of like it. So again, continuation, first video. I want you to take everything you learned from that video and just apply it to this. The only difference is we can maintain our suspicion until we've seen that third pylon, because a Protoss can proxy either. Generally speaking, you would proxy a second pylon if you were trying to trick a Terran. If you scan as a Terran, say you were doing like a 1-rax expand or a 14cc or something, and you didn't want to take gas and you wanted to go quickly into barracks for whatever reason, right? You might not have a Reaper out. So if you don't have Reapers or you're not going Reapers, then a Terran might choose to scan the base. If a Terran chooses to scan the base and he only sees one pylon in a gateway, then he might assume that instead of putting the pylon somewhere here, that you just put it down here and you're taking a fast nexus, which is about 400 minerals, right? But instead, that 400 minerals in that pylon is somewhere on the map, anywhere, building 4 gateways. So while it's very rare, it does happen. I see people proxy tech on their second pylon all the time. My friends are streaming. I'm watching them, helping them out. It happens. It's important to be aware of every possibility. This is how you increase your win rate. This is how you get better at the game. You just know as much as possible and just apply it to the game. So let's pause the game here for a second. Already we've gone different from the first video, right? We're putting a pylon here, but don't sigh of relief just yet. We still don't know what he's doing. We need to make sure we know what's going on. So let's follow the same rules and habits we learned from the first video, where we add up all the indications and then come to our conclusion. We'll keep fast forwarding a little bit. We're looking right now to see what he's doing with his chrono boost. Is he taking a second gas? What else is he doing? And most importantly, where's the third pylon? Okay, so second gas is being taken. No surprise there. A lot of Protoss take their second gas just because. It can throw people off. It allows for faster upgrades. There's lots of reasons. But for now, we can assume that there is possibilities of him taking tech. We know he's not going to 4-gate us because there's no chrono boost being used on probes. We assume he's not 4-gating us because he also is taking a second gas and not producing a zealot. But if he's not producing a zealot and he's taking a second gas, then that could be an indication of a proxy third pylon. Typically speaking, you don't build a zealot if you're proxying your third pylon because you just won't be able to afford it. By skipping the zealot, you allow the proxy pylon to go up at a reasonable time and have, say, a Stargate or a Twilight Council follow right afterwards without there being much delay. So if we, again, see a second gas, no zealot being made, and chrono boost being used on probes, we can probably assume that there might be a proxy pylon with tech. Our job now, for the next few seconds, from 30 to 310 to 320, is to scout. Now, I'll reiterate the points I made last time. If you don't see pylons here or around the base, sometimes they'll put them behind the mineral line. If you don't see pylons in those locations at all, and you must thoroughly scout everything, then you can confirm there's a proxy pylon. Typically speaking, the third pylon will overlook the natural. This is 100%. If the second pylon is not overlooking the natural, the third probably will. That is an indication that the Terran wants to have control of the ground down here, or the Protoss has control of warping in units on the ground here, which would be used to defend any sort of nexus play right here. Same goes for putting a pylon back here. Same goes for putting a pylon up here. Now, for the Zergs, generally speaking, the third pylon could go in the wall. It could go right here. It just depends. But those are both indications that he is trying to take an expansion, and he needs a pylon here to wall off. So we can confirm that there's no pylons in the base. We can confirm that he skipped a zealot and that he took gas. You now know he proxied pylons. Now, the proxy pylon, like I said, goes down around 320. In this video, I get a little lazy and I do it at 340. I must have just dozed off a little bit. But the point is still valid. At around 320, you can expect a proxy pylon. Once you see no pylon in the base by at least 3 minutes and 30 seconds, what I want you to do is get in the habit of going around on the sides of the map like we did with the first video and just looking. Look over here, look all the spots you would normally look. The key to this, and doing it as early as possible with your first Marine, is, for one, as we've learned from this video, he can't actually have his Stalker out just yet. And two, you could probably catch it as it's happening, which is very important because he'll have to cancel it, and then you can actually probably kill the pylon, or just leave it there and just kind of know that you've gotten a victory here. So early scouting is the key to defeating cheese, and early understanding of scouting is the key to knowing cheese is coming and then being able to scout it. So this is just the finality of the Protoss proxy pylon indicator vid. Again, apply everything you learned from the first video to the second one, using your third pylon as your indication pylon, and hope everyone no longer gets cheesed. So, thanks.